Welcome to the Hampton Bride podcast, your insider guide to planning a wedding across the Hamptons, Montauk, and the North Fork. I'm your host, Janelle Brooke, New York wedding photographer and creative storyteller. Each week, I'll share practical planning advice and candid conversations with experienced local vendors who know the East End inside and out. Let's pull back the curtain on what makes this place such a dream setting to say I do. Are you ready? Let's go. So we are at the Baker House here in East Hampton, which has been absolutely amazing. We just got this incredible tour that I can't wait to share with everybody. But thank you so much for having us. We are
Thank you for
just
being here.
so excited to be here. And I have to tell you, after being a wedding photographer for almost 20 years, I wish that I was here more. And I was floored to just see all the incredible opportunities that this property has to offer. So thank you for this.
Well, I'm going to be here for a long time. So welcome and keep on coming back.
Yes, thank you. So I think our listeners are so excited to hear more about the Baker House because it is truly one of the hidden gems of the Hamptons. So for people who are unfamiliar, if you could just give us, a little bit about, the property and what makes it just such a unique destination in the Hamptons.
Well, I will start with a disclosure. I'm very biased, right? But I love it here. It just has a very magical quality to it.
Yes.
We started first with the main house on Main Street, which is very William Morris arts and craft, very feminine, flowery wallpaper and leaves, and very colorful. And and we bought that at the end of 2004. We gave it a very good facelift. And all the rooms are different. I don't like all the rooms to be the same because I think a boutique hotel, that's one of the perks of a boutique hotel. And also because you don't have that many rooms, you can really equip them very well. So I love to travel and I like my rooms in the hotels where I go to be as comfortable or better than my room at home, right? So that's the idea. And so I think that, well, let me just first go back to how the property works. And then about almost 5 years later, this house, the Baker Carriage House, became available. It was a bit of a struggle to get it because I found out a little bit too late because the owner already thought that the broker had told me, and the broker had thought that because we were friendly with the owner, that the owner would have asked me before contracting him. So in any case, we got it. And it's just a full acre of some of the most stunning, mature landscaping in the Hamptons.
Antonella, please tell me about the beautiful beech tree that you have on the property because I know that it's a favorite for ceremony sites. And you
Oh,
called it the
absolutely.
gentle giant, which I absolutely love because I didn't know what we were referring to, but clearly
Yeah,
it is the
so it
beech
is
tree.
the beech tree that's out there, which I absolutely adore. I mean, I've spent a considerable amount of time and money, in making sure that he's very healthy.
Mhm.
And it's a he, it's not a she, and it's not an it. Apparently, many, many years ago, there were two specimen of beech trees planted right next, very close to each other. One is an American beech tree, and the other one is a European beech tree. And through the time passing, they somehow merged.
Mm.
And I think that that's such a symbolic, thing that happened here, especially as it relates to weddings and people joining their lives together. And people use it in all sorts of ways. I mean, I've had people, and that's one of the things that's very interesting here at the Baker House, especially as a wedding venue, right? When you actually have your wedding here, we do ask you that you take all 13 rooms that we have, six in this house and seven in the main house. And the main reason is that a lot of things happen during a wedding. People are very happy, people are very excited, People are very emotional, and having the two houses is really good because then the families can all stay here or the closest friends. And it to me, one of the most striking things is how different wedding couples use the properties. So many of them decide to have the actual wedding ceremony underneath the beech tree. Others choose to have it in the sunken garden of the main house, which is also beautiful. And then, depending on where they've done it, then the reception follows usually here. After the ceremonies, usually there's a cocktail party because people want to hug the couple. They want to celebrate them, So usually there's a cocktail party in the patio of the main house if the ceremony has been there. Although there's been people that have elected to come out to the back house, the carriage house, and have their cocktail party around the pool here. And then usually the tent is in the carriage house, in the beautiful back gardens there. And so it's just very interesting. I've had one of the most beautiful dinners that I've seen here. Was done with tables around the beech tree, right? In almost a circular fashion with chandeliers hanging from the actual tree. So, as soon as I saw those, the electrical people going up there, I was like, please be gentle with my gentle giant. Be very gentle. Take very good care of him because if not, he won't cooperate. So, of course, as a joke, but also as a gentle reminder to please take good care of it. And yeah, so it's really fascinating actually. And there's so many ways of using the property. Sometimes they ask us to, there's a parking area between the two properties. Some wedding planners and the couples decide that they don't want any cars there, right? Because if they're going from one house to the other, it's not that charming to walk around cars. Although some of the cars that are here sometimes are really, I'm a car person, so if it were my wedding, I would love all the cars to be there. There would be like Aston Martins and Porsches and I'm a big F1 fan as well. But that besides the point, some people put candles on and make like a pathway from one to the other. So it all depends on how they want to use the property, really.
I I love the property. I'm telling you, I wanna move in.
Thank you. Thank
But
you.
besides that, it's just, it is magical. It's so private.
It
It's
is.
so private and it feels so exclusive, and
Despite it being in the middle of East Hampton Village
yes,
and
absolutely.
walking distance to the beach and
Mhm.
to the center of the village where all the shops are, the
Yeah.
restaurants.
But basically, I mean, when people are using the Baker House as their wedding venue, they have exclusive use of the entire property.
They do.
So they buy out all the rooms, their family and friends are staying here, and it's theirs. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
for
I mean, we include breakfast with the rooms, so they have a very beautiful breakfast, delicious breakfast. The mornings after they're here. Uh, However, most couples do elect to have a brunch
Mhm.
and invite not only the people that are actually here, but invite some of the other friends that have come in many cases from afar to be here for their wedding and to celebrate with them. So we usually do a buffet. That's what mostly happens, a buffet style brunch the next
Mhm.
day, right? We've also had beautiful rehearsal dinners, right, the night before, or cocktail parties, and then they go for the actual rehearsal dinner somewhere else. But it's the flexibility is what I think people love about this place.
Absolutely. No, I love that for our listeners to just know that the Baker House could be used for your entire wedding weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, truly, without having to leave the property, you can invite your friends and family here. They're staying in beautiful rooms that, we'll talk about in a couple of minutes. So it's really it's a beautiful bed and breakfast. It's a boutique hotel. You can have welcome parties, rehearsal dinners. the actual wedding ceremony and
And the
celebration.
engagements, because that's
I
where
yeah,
proposals and engagements, that's
yeah.
where it all begins. And we've had many here as well. And what I love about that is that the traditions that get created, right? So when a couple engages gets engaged here, then they usually look into having their wedding here, right? And then they come back for basically every anniversary because they just fall in love with the place and it brings such fun memories for them.
Absolutely.
Usually they come back after they've had, their first child. And then they keep on coming back for every anniversary, birthday celebration. So, it creates like a tradition. And one of the most important things for me is for people when they come to stay here that they feel that they're in their home away from home. We operate on the honor bar. I don't want people to feel that they have to reach for their wallet to pay for a drink.
Mm.
And I think that people really, really appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the rooms that we were, I mean, besides the mini bar, which, yes, was phenomenal, but I mean, all the rooms are completely unique to one another. Like, there's no two rooms that are the same, you were saying. So I guess, if you could just give us a little bit of, just what makes the accommodations so unique. And I know that people talk about it long after the wedding.
Yes, I mean, our rooms are all have names of different. The main house, because it's very historic, has names after all the very old families of East Hampton. So we have, the gardener room, we have the maidstone room, we have the hunting, Tyler, Fitzy, and etc. And I really think it's very important that when people go to a place that you give them some information about the place. So I'm an avid reader and I love books, absolutely love books. So there's books everywhere in both houses. And in each room, we have a Hamptons book or more than one so that people can have an idea of, what are the options, what can they do. And I don't know about you, but when I travel somewhere, I immediately reach out for the magazine of the
Mhm.
place to see what art exhibits are happening or what's going on, and to be a little bit more in the know about the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So each room is completely different, and each one has its own charm. Where we're sitting, the loft in the carriage house, is where usually because of its size, it's a very large room, very well appointed, but it has a lot of different spaces where the bride and her bridesmaids can get ready.
Yes.
And there's space for a makeup artist or two or three, which has happened in certain times. So and this is really where most brides decide to get married and to get ready, excuse me. And they love that we have the outdoor terrace, which is completely private to this room. So, we have a lot of photographs of people, of all of them having fun out there.
Yeah.
And
And
of
there's
course,
so many photo opportunities. I mean, it's out of control
yeah.
you're just sitting here and we're looking at the pool and the beautiful beech tree. And it's just every single nook and cranny of this place is just the most perfect photo opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, two of my favorites, and well, I have many favorites, but the Gentle Giant, my beech tree, is for me one of the most special places. However, we also have the 250-year plus wisteria,
Mhm.
in the main house in the patio, which is absolutely stunning. It already flowered. It flowers usually, blossoms, and this year it's been very, very happy. She,
She.
she. She's been very, very happy. It's been like a splash of purples and lilacs, and I mean, it was phenomenal. So, that usually happens sometime in May. And then that is followed by the wall of rhododendrons here, which are the bright fuchsia, hot pink, which I mean, whenever
Stunning.
yeah, I mean, all of the brides, depending if one or the other is in full bloom, that's where they have a lot of their photographs taken. We also have a row of linden trees that looks very European in the back of this house, which people love. And there's just so many places. I mean, around the beech tree, under the beech tree, close to the beech tree, sitting, in the bench there in the sunken garden. I mean, the wooden door, that is the wooden door to the patio is a favorite place for a photo shoot. So
I love
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yes, that rounded
yeah,
you feel like, yeah, you're walking into a secret garden.
yeah.
And the pools, the building itself, with the ivy is just stunning. It is.
Yeah, the staircase for the
Oh my
brides
gosh.
with their beautiful gowns coming down the steps. I mean,
Mhm.
that's another really phenomenal place to get pictures taken.
Yeah, it's literally a photographer's dream.
Yeah, and
So
there's some where the father is waiting for his daughter downstairs in the lobby, and she's coming down the steps. And I mean, it's such an emotional moment. I've seen a couple of
course.
fathers really trying not to hold their tears because it's the first time that they're seeing their daughter fully dressed, to be married, right? So, yeah, no, it's a place that really lends itself for a lot of magic, and for weddings and for any type of celebration, really.
I love that. One of the most unexpected surprises that I think a lot of people don't anticipate coming to the Baker House is the spa. And
Yes.
I am so excited to share the footage that we have uh, from today with the spa. But how does the spa become a part of the weekend as well?
A lot of the groom and a lot of the men usually have a treatment, a Swedish massage or a deep tissue. I've had a couple of mothers that have had facials here, but they usually do them like 2 days before because usually the mother and the bride come a little bit sooner to make sure and ensure that everything is to their liking and to have a little bit more time to organize and to relax before the wedding. So the spa is so special because it's in the lower level of the main house. People don't expect that to be there at all, right?
Mhm.
It was hand dug many, many years ago by the previous owners. And it looks like a very welcoming Turkish bath, I guess. I don't know how to best describe it, but it has the endless pool, swim against the current in the middle. It has the steam shower, it has the sauna, and it has two treatment beds where you can have any type of massage, body polish, facial, and it can be for up to two people at the same time. And when I think I was mentioning this before, when I first bought it, all my spa friends were saying, "Oh, you have to do, like 4 rooms instead of just having like one big room." But I'm a spa person. I am a massage person, and I had a massage there, and the luxury that I felt from having my massage all on my own in this beautiful big room was so special that I said, I want other people to experience this as well. So it can be, a couple's massage, mother and daughter, two friends, and people really, really love that space. We have some guests that come and have a massage every day.
Love that.
Yeah.
I want to have a massage.
Well, every other day, really, because the therapist will say every other day is better than every day. Yeah.
Um, no, the space is just absolutely magnificent, and I'm
Thank
I'm
you.
so grateful that we had this opportunity to be able to come here and to share with our listeners. I think that beyond wedding weekends, the Baker House is becoming a destination for proposals. You mentioned that before.
Yes.
All types of, engagement celebrations, obviously as a wedding venue, and then beyond all the other future milestones as well. It is probably going to be on my list of, the number one photo locations to come
Thank you. We
experience
like
in the
hearing that.
Hamptons. So am I correct in saying that photographers can also bring couples here for
Absolutely.
engagement sessions?
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they just, it's best if they call our office,
Okay.
to coordinate. But yes, absolutely. I'm open to that. Most of the couples that come to get engaged, they want to stay here at least for a night.
Of course.
So they do. And some of them, is the future groom, right? Is usually the one that actually organizes everything, right? Because he's
Yes.
usually surprising her. And I mean, I find, that to be so absolutely sweet and caring. And they really want it to be a very, very special experience
For
for
both.
both of
Yeah,
them.
of course.
And so, and different ones have asked for different things, from petals to put, on the bed to, I mean, champagne is always there, but, in winter, we also have had quite a few proposals because people, they sometimes they're in more of a rush to get, to get engaged. So we have them, in the living room by the fireplace. In the winters, we also put out an igloo, and a pre-ski igloo, which is very cozy, very nice. It's beautifully
Yes.
decorated. And we've had a couple of engagements there as well.
That is so fun.
Yeah.
See, we're
Yeah.
learning new things every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, I'm just excited to share all of this information with our listeners for them to see the beautiful video footage of this magnificent property. And again, I just am so thankful for your time today and just to share all the magic that the Baker House has to offer.
Thank you. I mean, please, one of the things that I would like to say is that, we do hold several different types of events here on an ongoing basis, like aperitivo, sunset cocktails, on the weekends. And then I'm half Peruvian, half Italian. So we also do a taste of Peru. There's no Peruvian restaurants in the area. So we do that once a month to twice a month, depending on how busy we are. And then we do afternoon tea as well in the true English tradition. You'll get to taste some of those beautiful savory sandwiches, finger sandwiches in a little bit. And what I love about the afternoon tea is, that, I mean, generations of women in the same family come. So, I think that the American Girl has a lot to do with that. But it's so cute because they come with their tea set, they put it next to their chair, and then there's the mom, and then there's the grandma, you know, and we really do a very nice job. And the girls come dressed in their full Sunday attire. We do it on Sundays, and it's just they're so happy to be here and to be able to share not only with their mom and their grandma, but with their American doll,
I
the
love
tea
that.
experience.
That is so fun.
It is so cute, so adorable.
Oh my gosh. So, can you tell our listeners where they can find you? Website, Instagram, just share
Sure.
the space.
Our website is bakerhouse1650.com. The same is true for our Instagram. Facebook, it's the Baker House 1650. And our phone numbers and address are written everywhere. So we're on Main Street in East Hampton at 181 Main Street. And well, phone number 631-324-4081, and info@bakerhouse1650.com is the main email for here. And please, if anybody's around, in the neighborhood, stop by to take a look for yourself. I mean, I think that once, I do a lot of real estate. I'm a real estate entrepreneur. And then I became a hospitality entrepreneur as well, through real estate. Really, that's how I landed here. But I think that there's nothing like filling the space personally. So I think it's very important to come and walk around and just feel it, because I think that that's what people are just get so the magic just kind of is pervasive. So people leave usually very happy. Well, very
Amazing.
happy to have seen it, but always wanting to come back.
Yes, yes, and that's key.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for listening to the Hampton Bride podcast. If today's episode was helpful, please be sure to subscribe so you never miss a conversation. And please take a moment to leave a review. It truly helps other couples to find the show. You can connect with me on social media for behind the scenes moments, wedding inspiration, and updates on future episodes. So until next time, enjoy the planning process, trust your vision, and remember, this season is meant to be savored. I'll see you on the next episode of the Hampton Bride Podcast.